Well, actually, one of my best friends, Annette, recommended Rotaract to me. I was living abroad doing an internship there and felt a bit lonely. So my best friend Annette, she asked me, well, why don't you join Rotaract? You will make new friends, improve your language skills, and make the world a better place all at the same time. What should I say? She was right. I went to my first meeting with the Rotaract Club Barcelona Mediterraneo in Spain, and that marked the beginning of a long and wonderful journey within Rotary and Rotaract.
I was invited to not only join, but to establish a Rotaract club back in 2014 by the Winchester Rotary Club, of which I am now a proud dual member, Rotarian and Rotaractor.
I joined Rotaract after attending the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards in my district back in 2014. There was a call to action to join, and I felt inspired after attending RILA all those years ago, and I haven't looked back since.
It all started in 1998 when a group of young students from our university saw me in a singing competition. They asked me first if I can represent their club in the District Rotaract Solo Singing Contest. I started as a member of the City College of Manila Rotaract Club and then went to the Rotaract Club of Manila Metro after graduating in the university, and the rest is history.
I was invited to join the Rotaract Club of Arres Central back in 1996 by a good friend by the name Kadbek Utiro. He was secretary of the Rotaract Club of Arres Central back then. I just graduated from high school and was looking for something to fill up time before I studied uni. So he invited me to Rotaract, whilst ironically I was searching for a Leo club to join.
I had many friends who were already members of Rotaract, but I didn't know how amazing this world was. When Robson invited me, I discovered a new cranberry universe.
My most memorable moment in Rotaract was when I championed a project which saw our club raising a total of $2,000. The year was 2000. Zimbabwe's economic hardships were manifesting themselves. Inflation was high, and a lot of our charities were struggling because most of the traditional funders, like companies, were struggling to make ends meet. So I approached a work acquaintance who was the spokesperson for Zimbabwe's largest brewer, and convinced them that Rotaractors would do a good job whilst ushering and minding children at the annual horse race that the brewer sponsored. So for our efforts, we got a cool $2,000, which benefited a lot of our charities.
I would say the most memorable moment I've had as a Rotaractor was probably the time when I went to RILA North America back in 2015. Going to Washington, D.C. for the first time was a really eye-opening experience because I was able to see the true impact that Rotary and Rotaract had across the world. I got to meet so many like-minded individuals and really see how Rotaract clubs are so different yet so similar at the same time, and it really inspired me to continue to stay involved and do the work that I've been doing over the last 7 years.
If there's one event in my Rotaract journey that is really memorable, is my experience of being part of the group study exchange program. It really changed my life in many aspects. One, it was my first time to go out of the country and visited District 5170 in California, and meeting Rotarians there and doing projects with the Rotary clubs in that district gave me a new perspective on how I can serve the community after being a Rotaractor. And that experience of being part of the group study exchange program was my transition year to becoming a Rotarian. After the GSE program, I went back to my country and joined the Rotary Club of Manila Metro as one of their youngest members.
My most memorable moment as a Rotaractor is definitely back in 2016. I was the chair for Rotaract in Great Britain and Ireland, and I was invited to attend the Rotary International Conference in South Korea, in Seoul. The conference had around 50,000 registrations, 50,000 guests, and it was just an absolute pleasure to be able to go there, meet so many Rotarians and Rotaractors from across the world, to lead some sessions and to see Rotary in its finest, fully internationally.
When we finished a member development project in 2016 was an amazing moment when we realized that we could develop our skills while impacting our community and helping people.
Well, having such a long journey through Rotaract and Rotary, I guess there are a lot of memorable moments, be it trips through different countries, meeting new friends, being active in social projects. But there's one memorable moment I always will remember, and that took place at the Global Peace Forum in Berlin. I was invited to speak at this conference about working across borders, because that is what we do at the European Rotaract Information Center. Well, I was prepared to speak in front of 25 people. What I didn't know is that the Rotary International president at that time decided to join that session. So, instead of 25 people, I spoke to 500 people. Imagine a girl, me, who didn't like to speak in public. All of a sudden, she had to speak in front of 500 people. So imagine what that was for a moment of personal growth. And it's definitely a moment to remember.
My favorite club project is an annual event that my club does. We make handmade cards for seniors, homeless shelters, and food banks, and it's a really great opportunity for our club to connect while making these cards, and it also makes a great impact for people who may have a difficult time during that time of year.
Back when I was a Rotaractor, we have a lot of projects, but I think one of the most memorable and my favorite project would be the Big Kuya project. It's a project that we started together with the members and also my former students who happens to be members of the Rotaract clubs now and the Rotary clubs. And I'm very happy because during that time, it's a mentoring program wherein these young volunteers in our club also mentors young kids from a community wherein we teach value formation, we give workshop on singing, dancing, even in sports. And it's really a good experience for everyone because as a teacher, I believe that to teach is to learn twice. As we do projects with these kids and as we teach them different things to develop their skills and talent, we also learn a lot from them. And that, I think, makes the project really memorable. That's why I love the Big Kuya project.
My favorite club project was called Global View, when we connect students from a local community with other young people from 17 different countries to do an environment project. It was the first time that these young people had spoken to someone from another country. It was amazing.
To be honest with you, I do not only have one social project I like, I actually have two social projects I like. So the very first social project is from my former Rotaract club in Spain. Over the years, we developed a community in Guinea-Bissau. It started all with giving them solar collectors so they would have electricity. It then went on building a school and a nutrition center so that today we have a fully developed community. I am still amazed by the fact that ordinary people just like you and me could make an impact in other people's life. It doesn't need to be a huge organization or a lot of power. It just needs the will to make this world a better place. The second project is from the German Rotaract district, and it is called Kids Camp. So, here Rotaractors take their free time in order to organize a vacation camp for socially disadvantaged children. These children otherwise would not be able to go on a vacation or have a sorrow-free time. So the people take their free time in order to give them some fun days. And looking into the eyes of these children, seeing how they transform throughout a week is so rewarding, you will forget about every sleepless night you have. Both projects for me are actually showing that Rotaract and Rotary are really people of action.
One of my favourite club projects is one of our most recent projects with the Rotaract Club of Winchester. It's been quite hard to run active projects across lockdown, but we were able to connect to a small community farm in Southampton in the UK called Aldermore Community Farm, and we've been able to visit their farm, use shovels to dig trenches to tidy up the area and make the farm a lot more accessible and grow so more people can visit it and use their services. So it's a really easy project and it's a great project to have been able to find during lockdown.
I'd say if you're ever looking for something more where you want to be able to give back to the community and still make lifelong friendships, check out Rotaract. It's a perfect opportunity for you to be able to discover your passions and give back to the community at the same time.
Some words of encouragement from me would mostly be to enjoy Rotaract, enjoy it the most that you can. It's supposed to be fun first. I think a lot of people sometimes forget that. But you can have fun and you can still engage in meaningful and important service work. I think very often Rotaractors are told what they can't do, and I think it's now time that we start to take responsibility for ourselves and start to challenge those who tell us that we can't do things. We should embrace the newest key area of focus, supporting the environment. Now is one of the most important times to be doing that. And above all, we should work very closely with Rotarians and all of the Rotary family to look forward to this bright future of Rotaractors, Rotarians and Rotary International.
Rotaract, it's a magical world. Only those who live this experience are able to feel how incredible is it. We are often unable to describe this feeling of serving the community and connecting with good-hearted people. This global network must be expanded so that more young people can live this experience and together impact our communities.
Those young people and young professionals who are thinking of ways on how to make a difference in the society, Rotaract is for you. So we invite you to join our organization by visiting your local communities and look for a Rotaract club. There are a lot of Rotaractors and Rotaract clubs on the different social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So check them out. And we do encourage you to join us because we need to do good in the world and we need young people like you to make a difference. So join Rotaract now.
If you want to develop your personal skills, making new friends, while changing this world for better, then come join Rotaract. A place where you learn and experience new things you won't find anywhere else. We open these opportunities. Come join us.
This is my Rotaract story.
This is my Rotaract story.
This is my Rotaract story.
This is my Rotaract story. Join Rotaract and let's change lives together.